Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Pisces. So Pisces, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. In Pisces, it seems like you are seeing double in your reading today, and that is really mind-boggling to you. So you might be going through a confusing period where it seems like you're being pushed to do something, um, which feels like a big deal, but it's like you're in the front of the line and there's somebody behind you waiting for your move, or it's like they're only going to move if you move. And it's not move out of the way, but it's like you are um, being the leader in a sense for them to follow. So they are just following your own steps, and you want to be sure before you take the first step forward. But it seems like because you know that there is this other one that is kind of dependent upon your choice, upon your movement, um, it feels like it's like you need certainty before you move, and you're not having any certainty because you're seeing double, because you're considering perhaps what is best for you, but what would be best for this other person as well. So, and I think this is all like pressure, right? Pressure maybe from somebody, maybe pressure from the environment itself. It feels like you know exactly what you need to do. It's like the guidance is clear. And the guidance here starts with the very first card, which is the Emperor. What I heard from this Emperor was ring the bell, Pisces. Ring the bell. So, this card was coming through as a doorway, a wreath on a door. And a very formal door in a sense. So I don't know whose door you're ringing, or if this is like ring the bell as in like have the insight, make the decision. Maybe it could be both, right? Like literally stepping onto this doorway, because the Two of Pentacles following, the twos to me usually bring this stepping forward type of message. But today, this was coming through like, but I don't know which bell to ring. So the way that I was seeing this was, but should I push this button or should I push this button, right? Almost like an elevator button that you don't really know which one to push. And I feel like this is in regards to maybe the pressure, maybe it's like whomever this door belongs to, being the Emperor, it feels like a big deal. It feels like very important. It's like once you cross this door, which, sometimes this kind of very intense movement is represented generally by the Death card, which is not here in your reading today. But this is how I'm seeing. So that's the reason why, perhaps it doesn't need to be that intense. Maybe the reason why you feel pressured is because you don't know which one to go to, or like which button to push, which bell to ring. And I feel like it's not because you're far away from this door, because it seems like you're standing right in front of it. It's because there is this pressure behind you. The Ten of Swords coming next. The way that I'm seeing this, it's like you're here in front of the line, right? You're the first one. You are standing right in front of this wreath on the door. But there's this other one here, and maybe it's not even somebody that you really know. It's just, maybe your unconscious mind that is pushing you, or even your conscious mind that is pushing you. So pressure, right? This is how this Ten of Swords is coming through, is pressure coming from behind. And I feel like there is something that is very uncomfortable and very annoying to be fair, because the way that this pressure affects your decision or your action more so is that you're seeing things splitting in front of you. Because here we have the Tower and then we have the Devil. So first of all, the Tower was showing me the door is very clearly in front of you, right? This is how I was already seeing this Emperor, the wreath on the door, especially with the message of ring the bell, Pisces. It seems like, you know, you're so close to it that there is no way that you could miss this. It's like, it's very obvious. It's this one doorway that is in front of you. But then with the Devil card, it's almost like this becomes like this very strange kind of you know, when your sight is having trouble with seeing things, right? It's like this matter of perspective. It's like what is in front of you, what is closer to you, and what is not. So it starts with you seeing that this is very close to you, but then you having doubt before you take this step forward because you're being pushed or because you're being pressured by somebody that is behind you that maybe is dependent upon your decision, and it's like they don't have the same responsibility, or maybe they don't have the same intentional step forward, or like this careful step forward that you know that you have to take in order for this to be solid, in order for this to be stable. They're not worried about that, because it's almost like they're just going with the flow in a sense, right? They are just following your lead. So in a sense, they're not worried about where you go or what decision you make. It's just like they're just saying, just move. Which is, you know, a little bit funny, because it's like they're not having the same concerns that you have, which is annoying to you, because you clearly have this immense concern about, you know, which ring to bell. So if this is like this insight, right? It's like ringing the bell means, what is this insight that is going to guide your steps forward? Then it's almost like you're having this very crucial discernment moment of, but if I know that I have to go this way, why am I seeing things splitting? Why am I seeing things doubling? Especially because here, the Four of Pentacles, it's just emphasizing the splitting of this. Here, the ongoing or this increasing pressure that comes from behind was already making you unsure, was already making you doubt your own steps forward in terms of like, what are the first steps? What are the first moves? What are the first actions that you need to take in order to approach the Emperor, in order to ring the bell, in order to take that decision, right? Make that decision. It's like you know that your vision is going through, it's almost like this adjustment of your vision, perhaps. It's like, you know, when you see something but you don't really know, it's like it takes a while for your eyes to adjust to exactly what you're seeing in terms of perspective, right? What is in front of the other? Because as I said, this feels very close until the Devil appears and your security is really shaken. What was supposed to be very stable, very secure, it suddenly is not, because it's splitting your eyesight, right? It's like, you see here how there are two paths. This is what I heard with the Devil. It's like, yes, you need to cross this doorway, but there are two ways of getting there. So, and I'm not getting like, you know, a right or a wrong way to get there. It's just like there are two ways to get there. But because of that, because of the option that now you're being presented, or maybe the doubt that is appearing because of this pressure that you're suffering from the one that it's behind you, it's like you're not moving, especially with this. You're not moving. The five of wands. So the five to me, well, here there is, because there is this splitting of the paths, because you don't know which way to go, because you didn't know that, you would be put in this situation where something so obvious, maybe even so linear, so objective, so straightforward, would become so tricky, would become so hard to navigate, or at least to take this step forward that is, maybe for you, this could be like, a life of or death kind of decision, right? Because if we think of, the traditional tower meaning, it is, a crumbling moment that, things could go down a very transformative path. It's interesting because even though the death card is not here, it's bringing me this connotation of, well, at least for you, Pisces, I feel like the way that this is weighing on your shoulders, it's like, it's a matter of life or death, right? It's like, it is very important. It is like a big decision. It is a big deal because you have this splitting of your vision and you don't know. It's like you are seeing yourself in a crossroads, and your instinct, or maybe your the best move that you can do right now is to simply stay where you are and not proceed forward, which is, if you're being pushed and maybe even guided by this message of just ring the bell, just take this leap, take this step forward, ring the bell, it's almost like becoming annoying to you. It's like, it's transforming what used to be this very simple guidance into pressure. And, this doesn't need to be somebody else. As I said, it could be just your subconscious or even your conscious mind, right? Something that you know that you have to do, but the clarity seems to be fogged, or seems to be made unclear because of the splitting of your vision, right? So it's almost like, when we start getting older, our vision doesn't work the same way as it used to, right? So I, for instance, myself, I needed to start wearing glasses because of school, architecture school, and I, stayed in front of the computer for hours and hours and hours. I spent, I pulled all-nighters with my eyes, working very hard in front of the computer, and it's very bad for the eyes. So I needed to get glasses for myself because my vision was starting to get blurred. And so this is how I'm seeing this. It's almost like maybe you are having this sensation, and it doesn't need to be physical. It just the sensation that your eyes are, it's like your vision is blurry because of the pressure, because maybe of the distinction that you need to make between what is illusion and what is right in front of you, right? What is the reality of the guidance that you're receiving, maybe your intuition that is coming through very clearly as this ring of the bell. But what starts as something very simple becomes very complicated because maybe your mind is trying to trick you into going a different way, or to even have the doubt, right? Of, this, it's like, if this could go both ways, then there must be a right or wrong, right? It's like just implanting that doubling of what would be naturally a simple decision, right? And that's the reason why your decision, in a sense, or your non-action is the action that you're taking, which feels like, so I'm not going to go further. I'm not going to proceed further. I'm staying where I am because I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to sense what is that I'm receiving. Is it true guidance? Is it my intuition speaking to me? Or is it some type of illusion that is mind-boggling, that is splitting my mind, is splitting my vision in a way that is really confounding you? It's like you feel like there is this doubling. It's like you're seeing double, right? You're seeing double. That's the way I'm seeing this. It's like if the steps forward should be very clear because of this clear guidance, just ring the bell, Pisces. Things are not clear. Things are not clear at all. You're seeing a double. You are seeing that you could go either way, right? There are two ways to get to this door, or there are two approaches to make this, to act upon this. And you're feeling like you know, if you choose either or, like, you know, whichever side that this devil is presenting to you, or your vision, right? It's almost like your eye. That's okay. So the way that I'm seeing this, Pisces, it's like whenever you trust your vision, your eyesight with your two eyes. We have two eyes, right? For a reason. We are in a reality where things are embedded in duality. And this is how I feel like you are seeing clearly now why you're so confounded by this devil, because it's like you feel like you are trapped in duality, right? In what was supposed to give you stability, right? Because I often see the Four of Pentacles as something very stable, right? Establishing a very solid foundation. So it's almost like this reality, this physical reality, should feel safe, should feel very solid and very reliable and trustworthy. It's not. The duality itself is what is causing your confusion, is what is causing your doubt, your splitting of your mind, splitting of your vision. It's almost like, you know, your eyes are not agreeing on this. It's like you know, your right eye wants to go in a direction and your left eye wants to go in another direction. And it's almost like this, it's very contradictory, right? It's not giving you stability. It's just giving you this fogginess, this unclarity. And because of that, you're choosing with the Five of Wands to stay so that you can figure out this mess in your mind, or this confusion, or this lack of ability to proceed forward, right? It's like, because your ultimate goal, in a sense, is to take very solid steps forward. But unless you have a clear vision and this message is tranquil and simple, instead of, you know, very pressured and very maybe impositive, right? Maybe they are imposing something. It's like the pressure of doing this is such a great deal for you, that is imposing upon you, you know, this it's like it's asking for you to maybe take a premature step forward, and you don't want to do that. You want to feel secure. You want to feel, because, you know, if you cross this doorway and it's not the right time, it's how I'm sensing this, it all could crumble down, right? And it's like, and maybe that's the reason why there's also this distinction in terms of what used to feel so close to you, feel so homey to you, right? It's almost like maybe ringing this bell, if it's this metaphor, or having insights and being in touch with your intuition and receiving clear guidance, if it was very close, or, you know, throughout your life you were very, very in touch and in tune with your intuition, then it seems like this doorway is, you know, it's almost like becoming very far from you because of this splitting of the path. which is very tricky, and you're not enjoying this trickiness, you're not enjoying this splitting. It's almost like, you know, you want to get glasses so that you can see this properly, so that you are not having this splitting of your vision, right, but rather like this unified vision. And the first thing that you do, and I want to say it's like rightly doing so, it's like you're staying at the crossroads, right? It's like this is exactly the crossroads that you need to stay right now before you make any decision, before you take any step forward, because you're not feeling secure with the options that you're being presented with. Because if this is such a clear path, then why am I having options? It shouldn't be that way. It should be a straightforward path, right? This is your questioning. And I feel like it's like there's a little bit of anger in this Five of Wands today. It's like you're, what is that word? You know, when you are in a place for longer than you wanted and you start getting anxious and angry and, you know, annoyed because of that, because that's the thing. It's like you're being pushed, you're not moving, right? You should be moving for the one behind you to, you know, take your space and then, you know, continue this, right? But you're not moving. So it's not only that the pressure is growing, but you are becoming very restless, right? That's the word that I'm picking up with the Five of Wands. It's like your body is itching, is aching. You want to move, but unless you have clarity, you're not going to move. Yeah. So I feel like you're still considering. So, Pisces, I am going to pull more cards for you to see whether or not you continue in this position or if you do move forward or not. So, I'm going to pull more cards as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So, if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.